'Cause I don't know how I feel when I don't understand myself. How can you?
We're still in the moonlight, it's something sweet. Let it wash over all of me. With you I form my company, forever close to the unknown. There's no doubts and no regret. Happy before we get another day to do it all again. yet to come. Hold it in the sun. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Hold it in the sun. All of the best yet to come.
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to another episode of Fast Facts Live. I am your host, your quizmaster of ceremonies, Dan O'Keefe. And yes, we are back after only 1 week off. I can't believe it's only been a week, but it feels so much longer. It feels like 6 or 7, potentially 8 if we don't know how to count. But we're excited to be back. We're excited to have more trivia for you, more questions, more answers, and all timely questions. Especially our Hail Mary question, which definitely wasn't written for when this episode was originally supposed to air. Also here with me, the man running the show, coming to you live, deaf from airplanes, it's Tom Hillmeyer. Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm deaf from airplanes. What?
Yeah. What? Wait,
What?
I can hear. That doesn't make sense.
This was the first year at EAA I had to actually put earplugs in.
That's not a good thing.
No.
You
they were
probably
very
should have.
loud.
You probably should have put earplugs in potentially before.
It was quite concerning when we had what's it called? The Growler or the A10 Warthogs came,
Uh-huh.
and everyone went, "Wow, they're quiet." It's like they're called the Warthogs because of how they sound.
Yeah.
They sound loud and obnoxious and like warthogs.
Yeah, not a good sign.
No. We're like, oh. And then the F-22 comes by, and I'm like, I can't hear anything anymore.
Yeah, if you can hear something after an F-22 goes by, 1, congrats on your solid steel eardrums,
Yeah.
and 2, they won't last for long.
Well, so I also confirmed. So I have a cousin who's in the Air Force, and I asked him at one point, "What's your favorite plane?" And he said, "Oh, the F-35. No question, no
Okay.
question at all. My favorite plane is the F-35." And I responded with, "Well, that's a dumb answer, because the F-35 is dumb. It should be the F-22 Raptor."
Okay.
So then I go to the air show in Oshkosh, and I go, all right, I'm gonna give the F-35 a fair shake. Like,
Okay.
we have all these planes here. All right, I'm gonna watch the F-35, and I'm watching.
Pretty heavy to shake, but I get
The F-35. The F-35 was slow and boring. For a fighter jet that can go break the speed of sound, it was slow and boring.
well, they
And then-
probably could they have it break the speed of sound at the air show?
No.
Or they were restricted on that?
So it gets on the edge of the speed of sound, and you can
Okay.
watch. You can see the speed of sound, like almost
You can
try
see
to
the
like
cone
you start
to
seeing,
form.
You start seeing it, yeah. So I have a couple pictures of it, like just starting. It's very cool. And then there was so I have to go back and rewatch this because I wasn't sure if it was for the F-22, but I don't think it was for the F-35. They started the demo, so the plane took off, and then they're going to circle around and start the demo. And they play the clip from the NASCAR start with Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Yeah. And I was apparently the only one in our control room that had heard that before. So everyone's like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, and I'm fairly certain it went into because the announcer that announces the Raptor demo is like the greatest thing ever. He's like, that's the sound of freedom, baby. The
Oh my God.
F-22 Raptor. And then it goes and it like the plane drifts,
Yeah.
because you can drift in F-22.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, no, this totally takes the cake. The F-35 is so slow and so dumb, and the F-22 can just turn on a dime.
How would you feel about me not having either of those as my favorite plane?
What is your favorite plane, Dan?
I believe it's the B-20 Super Fortress.
The what?
It's a World War II era plane. It's what
Yeah.
they dropped the atomic bomb from.
It's a B-29 Stratofortress.
Yeah, I got the B and the Fortress part right.
I think it's a Stratofortress.
You know how? I mean, the Super Fortress is also a plane.
No, the Super Fortress is the B-29. The only two that are left flying were at Oshkosh.
I could make it 1. Give me the
Please
controls.
don't. There used to be 3.
There used to be a lot more than 3.
Yeah. No, then Doc and Fifi are the last two B-29s that are flying.
They should make them kiss.
They, the funny, before as we're letting teams come in, the one last kind of vamp. There
Pay
we
your
go.
rent.
That's the word, vamp. We had B-25.
Okay.
Not a B-25, a
B-52.
My dyslexia is coming.
Ba-dum-ba-da-da-da-da.
Right. So the B-52s were there. It was great. They were there all week. And by there all week, I mean a B-52 landed and then sat in the plaza for 8 days and
Yeah.
then took off, which was weird. They normally don't stay that long. So the B-52 on approach loses an engine. So they're like, hey, we lost an engine. We need to land immediately. And so the tower's like, all right, yeah, you have clearance to land immediately.
Yeah.
And there's an F-16 behind it that also is having issues. And they're like, we need to land immediately. And they're like, great, you're behind the B-52 that's landing on 7 engines. And they go, and the F-16 replies over air traffic control with, yes, the dreaded 7-engine approach. It has 8 engines. It's like,
Yeah.
we lost one. Damn, you gotta make that tough landing on 7
I
engines.
know, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard.
What if you lose another one? You might be really screwed.
Help! We're flying with 4 more engines than most planes.
And most planes can fly on 1 engine.
Yeah.
It's like-
Well, what is it that like 737s are rated to go 500 miles on 1 engine or something?
yeah. Oh, they can pretty much fly normally on 1 engine.
Yeah. I can too.
I-
But it's kind of like the
I
end
mean-
of Doctor Strangelove.
Where you're riding a.
I'm
nuclear
riding.
missile
Yeah,
down.
I'm
Yeah.
riding it down.
I watched that movie yesterday.
Oh,
Again. It was great.
timely.
Again. All right. I think
Um,
we've vamped enough.
I think we have. Teams that we have got playing today, thank you all for being here. We have, in reverse order, Mom and Dad, the Washingtons, the Warblers, and I think I'm trying to pronounce this correctly, just the shush emoji. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't played before, we have 5 rounds of 5 questions each. Each round, you get up to 7 points, and you can double or nothing. How that works is if you think you got all the questions correct in the round, you say you want to double or nothing that round. If you get them all right, then you double your points for that round. If you get even 1 wrong, then you lose all the points for that round, and you can do that once per game. We also have a Hail Mary question at the end where you can bet up to 10 points no matter what your score is. And you send in your answers through ChartyBot, who you use to sign up. I think that's everything. I think.
I tried a new thing for the double or nothing, so it
Great.
should be working.
Okay, love to try.
If it doesn't pop up for you, then it's still not working.
Like the game of rugby, I love tries.
Okay. Did you see the rugby game the other night?
The functionally 99-yard
Yeah.
Hail Mary,
Yeah. Where they miss an extra point and then yeah.
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 Incredible.
It was great.
All right, let's get into the game. Starting off with round number 1. Island hopping. Question number 1. The Turks, and the name for Turks and Caicos in the Caribbean, isn't because it was colonized by people from Turkey, but because the islands are home to a species of cactus that resembles what Turkish headdress? 20 seconds. Also, you have to get your answers in quickly. That's what the fast part of Fast Facts Live is about. Moving on, question number 2. Kiribati is one of the reasons which invisible line makes a weird shape. 20 seconds. I need to apologize for one thing. I saw that first word, Kiribati, at the end. I saw ATI and thought, yes, Adi. Wrong. What a fool I am. It's pronounced Kiribati. And that's your pronunciation lesson for the day. Question number 3. The Falkland, South Georgia, and South Sandwich Islands all bolster Britain's territorial claims on what landmass? 20 seconds. We were talking about how the South Sandwich Islands, the sandwich should only have the top piece of bread missing, so it's just the bottom piece of bread and the fixins. I want a reverse. I want a bottomless sandwich where you only have it's a closed face, open booty. Question number 4, very relevant to this category. Tasmania is an island state of which country? The devil lives there. Question number 5. In 1586, English colonists left which North Carolinian island, the first of England's failed attempts to establish a permanent colony in the New World? This was our social media hint. 20 seconds. That is it for round number 1. We just need the answers from 2 more teams, and then we can move on to round number 2. Remember, if you think you did well on this round, double or nothing. Maybe you did. Maybe you can get...
If it asks you to double or nothing.
If it asks you to double or nothing, we're still trying to decide, or try to see if that'll happen or not. You got 10 more... I'm not giving you 10 seconds. You got 3 more seconds to submit your answer. Perfect! That is it. For round number 1, like I said, double or nothing if you're a big fan of islands or hopping. Either one. You could be a rabbit. Round number 2, uncanceled. You think we're talking about celebrities? No. No one ever gets uncanceled in Celebrity. It's a death sentence. Just kidding. It's called consequences for your action. No, these are about TV shows. Question number 1. Art Fleming hosted the original incarnation of what TV game show, which was canceled in 1979 but brought back in 1984 and still runs to this day? What's the show? 20 seconds. Question number 2. When what Hanna-Barbera cartoon aired its first season in 1962 and then, somewhat fittingly, returned with new episodes a second season in 1985? 20 seconds. Surprisingly, they brought back the entire original voice cast, I believe, from 1962 for the new episodes in 1985, and then most of them had died by 1989. So, there you go. Question number 3. You unlock this door with the key of imagination, and CBS decided to bring what show back for a 4th season after initially ending it after 3? Bonus hint, the 4th season episodes were all 1 hour long. 20 seconds. This question seems to have stupefied you.
Is that just a Harry Potter curse, or is that a real word?
No, stupefy's real,
Oh, all right. Is it to turn stupid?
basically.
Okay.
But I'm not going to insult people. Question number 4. Family Guy was uncanceled by Fox due to high DVD sales and high ratings as a part of what Cartoon Network programming block? 20 seconds. And question number 5. Cobra Kai, the sequel series to what 80s film series, has been canceled and uncanceled twice? First by YouTube TV and then by Netflix. 20 seconds. That is it for round number 2. Double or nothing if you won the All Valley Karate Tournament when you were just a teen moving out here from New Jersey. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the answers and more questions, so don't go anywhere. Less of a break and more of a high ankle sprain. We're back! Let's go over the answers for rounds 1 and 2. Round number 1, island hopping. The Turks, in the name for Turks and Caicos in the Caribbean, isn't because it was colonized by people from Turkey, but because the islands are home to a species of cactus that resembles what Turkish headdress? I would call it headgear, maybe, but it's a fez. Question 2. Kiribati is one of the reasons which invisible line makes a weird shape. That line is the International Date Line. Question 3. The Falkland, South Georgia, and South Sandwich Islands all bolster Britain's territorial claims on what landmass? That landmass is Antarctica. Question 4. Tasmania is an island state of which country? That is Australia, where the devil lives. And question 5. In 1586, English colonists left which North Carolinian island, the first of England's failed attempts to establish a permanent colony in the New World? That was Roanoke Island. I'm craving people. Moving on to round number 2, uncanceled. Art Fleming hosted the original incarnation of what TV game show, which was canceled in 1979, but brought back in 1984 and still runs today? That is Jeopardy! Question 2. What Hanna-Barbera cartoon aired its first season in 1962, then, somewhat fittingly, returned with new episodes in 1985? That show is The Jetsons. Question 3. You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it lies a dimension of sight, a dimension of sound, a dimension of mind. And CBS decided to bring what show back for a 4th season after initially ending it after 3? The hint was the picture in the background, too. That's an old CBS logo. It's an old CBS show. The show is The Twilight Zone. Question number 4. Family Guy was uncanceled by Fox due to high DVD sales and high ratings as part of what Cartoon Network programming block? That was a part of the Adult Swim block, which now starts, I believe, at 6 p.m. And question 5. Cobra Kai, the sequel series to what 80s film series, has been canceled and uncanceled twice? First by YouTube TV and then by Netflix. That is the sequel series to Karate Kid, The Karate Kid. Moving on to round number 3. When I see food, I eat it. Question number 1. Calamari is the culinary name for what creature? 20 seconds. Question number 2. Although considered seafood, shellfish aren't actually fish. They're aquatic invertebrates that have an outer shell called a what? 20 seconds. This is unrelated to the question, but they said that Jimmy Kimmel is not going to host the Oscars next year. I think that they should just send out Al Pacino unprepared and see what he does after what he did with the Oppenheimer announcement. I think it would be fun. Question number 3. Give an example of a bivalve mollusks that is a seafood. Hope you're a marine biologist. 20 seconds. This picture in the background reminds me of why I love sharks. Question number 4. How many legs do shrimp and prawns have? And is it as much? I'm not even gonna. I was doing a woodchuck thing, but it didn't work. How many legs? 20 seconds. I sometimes see a guy on TikTok that I think is relevant for this next question. Question number 5. The Discovery Channel show Deadliest Catch follows fishermen in the Bering Sea and catching which seafood? 20 seconds. I have never watched, actually that's not true, I think I've seen 45 minutes of Deadliest Catch over my entire life.
It took me so long to realize that Mike Rowe was the narrator.
Oh!
Yeah.
News
Dirty
to me
Jobs, of Dirty Jobs fame.
of Mike Rowe's Somebody's Gotta Do It.
Of Mike Rowe's I'm sponsored by the oil lobby.
Hey.
Petroleum.
Those dinosaurs gave their bones for us. It's the least we can do,
Is use
but
them
to use them.
to kill the rest of us so then we become oil for the next generation.
We are recirculating. The air is thirsty for carbon. That's it for round number 3. Double or nothing if you're thirsty for carbon. And let's move on to round number 4. States by most populous county. We will give you the name of the county and the population of that county. All you gotta do is name the state. That's it. Question number 1. Harris County, with a population of 4.7 million. What state is it in? 20 seconds. Question number 2. Clark County, with a population of 2.2 million. Where is it? I wonder if when they take the glasses off of this county, it becomes Superman County. I don't know how a county would wear glasses, but I'd be interested in it. Question number 3. Wake County with a population of 1.1 million. What state is it? I want to be as happy as that kid standing on that rock is. Miniature Stonehenge going on down there. Question number 4. Cumberland County with a population of 300,000, or as I wrote, 0.3 million. What state is it in? 20 seconds. Sometimes I wish I could just live in a lighthouse. I feel like it would be too bright. Question number 5. Hennepin County with a population of 1.2 million people. What state is it in? 20 seconds. That is it for round number 4. Double or nothing if you live in a county with a population over 1 million people. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more questions, more answers, more fun on Fast Facts Live. So don't go anywhere. Heyo, we are back. Before we get back to the game, if you want to support us, you can follow us on social media at FastFactsLive. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/FastFactsLive. You can buy our merch at shop.wearecreativeland.com. You can listen to In Conclusion, a movie podcast. We have a new episode coming out tomorrow talking about, relevantly, The Karate Kid. Anything else to plug? I don't think so.
Nope.
We will keep you informed on social media of when our next game is. And then, other than that, I think we can go back and go over the answers for round number 3. For round number 3, when I see food, I eat it. Question number 1. Calamari is the culinary name for what creature? It's the culinary name for the squid, not the octopus. They're different in ways that are mysterious to me, and I don't want to learn more. Question number 2. Although considered seafood, shellfish aren't actually fish. They're aquatic invertebrates that have an outer shell called a what? That shell is known as an exoskeleton. Question number 3. Give an example of a bivalve mollusk that is a seafood. You can pick from 4. They are clams, oysters, scallops, or mussels. Oh my. Question number 4. How many legs does a shrimp and a shrimp prawn have? That one didn't work. The answer is 10. Too many, in my opinion. And question number 5. The Discovery Channel show Deadliest Catch follows fishermen in the Bering Sea and catching what seafood? They're not catching lobster. No, they're catching crab. Round number 4. States by most populous county. Harris County has a population of 4.7 million people and is located in the great state of Texas. Clark County has a population of 2.2 million people and is located in the state of Nevada, not the state of Wyoming. If you guessed that, Wyoming doesn't even have 2.2 million people. Question number 3. Wake County has a population of 1.1 million people and is located in North Carolina. Question number 4. Cumberland County has a population of 0.3 million people, or 300,000 people around there, and is the largest county in the state of Maine. You may be wondering, how is that possible? It's because their cities are split into a bunch of counties. And question 5. Hennepin County has a population of 1.2 million people and is located in Minnesota. Let's move on. Round number 5. It's our toss-up round. It could be anything, but it's this. The pommel horse is an example of a piece of gymnastic equipment usually referred to by what 9-letter term? 20 seconds. I don't know if you watched the U.S. men's gymnastic team and you followed their pommel horse guy. He's just locked in. He's the top example of locking in for something. Did you watch it, Tom?
Post-haste.
Yes.
Sorry,
Incredible.
not post-haste. Post... Not live.
Just post.
Post.
Question number 2. A hurricane is called a typhoon when it occurs in what ocean? 20 seconds. The background image here, you may be wondering, what is that? That's a hurricane. Drink it up. Slurp it up. Question number 3. On this day in 1954, the summit of what mountain was finally climbed? The second highest mountain in the world. 20 seconds. I'm just going to hazard a guess and say that the answer is not this background image. Question number 4. What city hosted the 2022 Olympics? Try and remember. I want to live in the Olympic rings. I did not mean to go to the next question before our last team had answered. I apologize on that. But, question number 5. Rest in peace to the Say Hey Kid himself, Willie Mays, who played most of his career with what MLB franchise in 2 different cities? 20 seconds. What's the franchise? I just want to point out a couple things with that background picture. What was going on with my face there? What face was I making? I was like... I was also wearing a hat. I don't think that hat fits my head. Life is strange. That's it for round number 5, Double or Nothing, if you thought that question was timely and relevant. Now it's time for our Hail Mary question. You can bet anywhere from 0 to 10 points for a category for this Hail Mary to help you bet. The category is holidays. Do with that what you will. Once everybody places their bets, Tom will sing the entirety of Holiday by Madonna.
That's as high as I can go.
Well, everybody's bets are in, Tom.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Time to sing it.
No. Please.
If we
please.
took a holiday... Okay, here's the question. Here's your Hail Mary. Since 2021, June 19th is considered a federal holiday in the United States as the country celebrates Juneteenth, commemorating the ending of slavery in the U.S. It was the first new federal holiday since 1983, when which federal holiday was officially recognized? 20 seconds. You seem to be stumped, for we are waiting on your answers. Maybe not. Maybe you are just like submitting it right at the end of time. They got it! In case we have a tie, here is our tiebreaker question. 2024 marks how many years since the first Juneteenth celebration took place? Give us a number. 20 seconds. That's it for our tiebreaker. If you didn't get your answer in, oh no, worry you will. Take one final break and we'll come back. We'll see who won. Don't go anywhere. Bye. No time to lose. Let's go over the answers and see who won this week's episode of Fast Facts Live. In our toss-up round, question number 1. The pommel horse is an example of a piece of gymnastics equipment usually referred to by what 9-letter term? That is what's known as an apparatus. My favorite kind is the red jumpsuit. Question number 2. A hurricane is called a typhoon when it occurs in what ocean? It's called a typhoon when it occurs in the Pacific Ocean, specifically. Question number 3. On this day in 1954, the summit of which mountain was finally climbed? The second highest mountain in the world. It is not, in fact, the Matterhorn bobsleds at Disneyland, but it is K2. I prefer K9. Question number 4. What city hosted the 2022 Olympics? That was Beijing. Only 14 years after they hosted the Summer Olympics. And question number 5. Rest in peace to the Say Hey Kid himself, Willie Mays, playing most of his career with what MLB franchise in 2 different cities? He was a player for the Giants, first in New York, then in San Francisco. Our Hail Mary question. Since 2021, June 19th is considered a federal holiday in the U.S. as the country celebrates Juneteenth, commemorating the ending of slavery in the United States. It was the first new federal holiday since 1983, when which federal holiday was officially recognized? That holiday in 1983 was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And we didn't have a tie, but our tiebreaker was 2024 marks how many years since the first Juneteenth celebration took place? First one was in 1866, which means it's been 158 years since then. That's all the questions. That's all the answers. Let's go over the scores and see who won. Time to hit click here for final scores.
That button doesn't work.
No. Well, we see who won.
I told you the button doesn't work.
I know who's in first place. So that gets rid of some of the suspense. But in fourth place with 24 points, we have the Warblers. In third place with 25 points, we have... Thank you for playing. In second place with 27 points, we have the Washingtons, which means in first place with 32 points, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, we have Mom and Dad. I'm going to hit this button a bunch of times and see what happens. Nothing.
Yeah, all right.
Great. Thank you all for playing this week. A very special thank you to our patrons. Thank you all for coming back after our long break. Also, we're glad to see you here. And thank you to Tom for producing the show.
Thank you for hosting.
You are welcome. We will be back in a few weeks with the next episode of Fast Facts Live. I'm not giving a specific date. I'm not making any claims. But we will be back. In the meantime, everybody stay safe and have fun. Bye-bye.